The Senate will come to order. The senators will please take their seats. Those persons not entitled to the privilege of the floor will kindly retire to the gallery. The senators and all in attendance will stand and be led in prayer by the Reverend Dr. Dennis R. DeMauro, Trinity Lutheran Church, Warrenton. Reverend DeMauro, welcome, sir.
Thank you. O Lord, in Romans 13, you tell us that you ordain the power of government. And so we know that you ordain and appoint the leaders of our great Commonwealth. Leading the people of Virginia is a God-given responsibility. We also know that leadership is not always easy. The members of our Senate work long, stressful, and often thankless hours for the people of our Commonwealth. They must balance the needs of their constituents, their leadership, and the pressures of the press. And so they need your help, Lord. Shower them with all your love and grace so that they may perform their duties, knowing that you love them and will be with them through it all. But we also know that each gift of leadership requires a reciprocal response of faithfulness, a willingness to follow your holy will, as found in sacred scripture, to defend the most vulnerable in our society. So we ask you, Lord, this day to guide this body in respecting human life from the moment of conception until natural death, in shielding our young people from the scourge of illicit drugs, in finding affordable health care for our citizens, and in protecting the marginalized, the immigrant, the needy from exploitation. And to accomplish all that, grant us your power and grace to work in mutual respect and abiding love for one another, imitating the one who sacrificed everything on Calvary so that our world might be healed, Jesus Christ, our Lord. Amen. Amen.
We'll call the roll. All those present will please vote aye. The clerk will close the roll. Thank you, Madam Clerk. The senator from Stafford, Senator Stewart, moves that the reading of the journal be waived. All in favor of waiving the reading of the journal will record their votes aye. Those opposed, no. Are the senators ready to vote? Have all the senators voted? Do any senators desire to change their votes? The clerk will close the roll.
Ayes 34, noes 3.
Ayes 34, noes 3. The reading of the journal is waived. The clerk will please report any communications from the House of Delegates.
We do not have any, sir.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. The clerk will please report any communications from our governor.
We do not have any, sir.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. The senator from James City County, Senator Norman.
Thank you, Mr. President. I would respectfully move that the rules of the Senate be suspended and that the privileges of the floor be extended to a distinguished former member and his family, and also suspend the rules as it relates to our senators-elect and their respective families who finally will be sworn in as members of the Senate of Virginia.
Thank you, Senator. The question is, shall the rules be suspended and the privileges of the floor granted to two distinguished persons and their guests? All in favor of the motion will record their votes aye. Those opposed, no. Are the senators ready to vote? Have all the senators voted? Do any senators desire to change their votes? The clerk will close the roll.
Ayes 38, noes 0.
Ayes 38, noes 0. The rules are suspended. The privileges of the floor are granted. The senator from Rockingham, Senator Obenchain.
Mr. President, I rise for an introduction.
Senator has the floor.
Two, as a matter of fact.
Senator has the floor.
Mr. President, I wish to draw your attention to our distinguished guest who's on the floor behind me to my left. He's a former member of this body, good friend, Nathan Miller. Nathan Miller served as a state senator in the late 1970s and early... I wasn't supposed to say that, was I? And mostly in the 1980s. He married a much younger woman, much more attractive than he. Nathan actually also has is distinguished by virtue of the fact that he is a member of a club that is being joined or has members in this body in growing numbers. That is lieutenant governor's candidates, present and past. But Nathan is a good friend, and he and his wife Kim Miller are here. And Mr. President, I would ask you to extend to Nathan and Kim Miller the warm welcome back to the chamber. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Senator. And please have the Senate join me in welcoming Senator Miller and your lovely wife to our chamber. Thank you. Senator from Fauquier, Senator Vogel.
Thank you, Mr. President. I rise for purposes of an introduction.
The Senator has the floor.
It is my honor to call your attention in the gallery to Dr. Dennis DeMauro, who offered our beautiful invocation and opening this morning. Dr. DeMauro has a really impressive background. He's a graduate from my alma mater, the College of William and Mary. He got his MBA from George Mason, and he got his PhD from Catholic University. He is currently the pastor at Trinity Lutheran Church, and I would ask that the members of the Senate please extend to him our very warm welcome.
Thank you, Senator. Would Reverend DeMauro please rise? Sir, thank you so much for being with us this morning and help us get off on the right foot this morning, and what a wonderful message you gave us. So thanks for being here, and safe travels to you. I would ask the members of the Senate to please join me in offering Reverend Dennis DeMauro the warm welcome of the Senate. Do this. Moment again.
Let's do the swearing in.
The time has come for our swearing-in ceremonies. If Senator McClellan, if you could come forward to the dais and with your family, please.
Okay, are you ready? Yes. Good morning, Senator-elect.
Good morning.
If you raise your right hand and repeat after me, put your left hand on the Bible. I do solemnly swear
Do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United
and
States
the Constitution of the Commonwealth of Virginia,
and the Constitution of the Commonwealth of Virginia,
and that I will faithfully and impartially discharge
and I will faithfully and impartially discharge
all the duties incumbent upon me
all the duties incumbent upon me
as a member of the Senate of Virginia,
as a member of the Senate of Virginia,
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Senator-elect Peake, if you could come forward with your family, please.
You're right there by that mic. You want the rest of you fill in here?
Come around to me. Come around to the middle.
Future senators.
I know they won't take the direction well.
Like I said.
You gotta get
Okay,
closer.
if you'll raise your right hand, put your left hand on the Bible, and repeat after me. I do solemnly swear
I do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United
and the
States
Constitution of the Commonwealth of Virginia,
and the Constitution of the Commonwealth of Virginia,
and that I will faithfully and impartially discharge
and that I will faithfully and impartially discharge
all the duties incumbent upon me
all of the duties incumbent upon me
as a member of the Senate of Virginia,
as a member of the Senate of Virginia,
according to the best of my ability,
according to the best of my ability.
so help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
I'm going to have them sign their oath. Okay. You want to be at ease? The Senate will stand at ease. The Senate will come to order. The newly elected senators will please sign their oath and copy on their desk, and a page will collect them and deliver them to the clerk for referral to the Committee on Privileges and Elections. The chair recognizes the senator from Northern Fairfax County, Senator Howe.
Thank you, Mr. President. It's my great honor to introduce to you our new Senator, Jennifer McClellan. It's a great honor to have been asked to do this, but I feel a little bit silly because everybody here already knows Jen McClellan. She's one of the most admired and respected members of the legislature. She served in the House since 2006, where she sponsored numerous legislation and served on many of the commissions, really the most substantive commissions, where she always made a great impact. One of the things I most admire about Jen is that she, more than certainly my generation, has been able to work out that work-home family balance. She is able to work full-time at Verizon as an attorney. She's one of the most productive legislators, and you see she has an absolutely fabulous family. Part of that family is here today. Her mother is here. I have her name on one of these pages. Lois McClellan is here, as well as her husband, David Mills, who actually she met and married while she was serving in the legislature, and her son, Jack, and her daughter, Samantha, Sam. I believe they're on the floor, maybe not. But also in the gallery is Cheryl Zando, Eric Payne, Tyrone Williams, Ashley Arkhurst, Justine Blinko, and Abby Phillips. Please, Mr. President, welcome our new member who is, well, if you read the paper, you know how the House responded to her leaving them. So it's to our great benefit that we have Jennifer McClellan with us.
Thank you, Senator. Senator McClellan, congratulations, and thank you so much for all you've done for the Commonwealth, and we look forward to serving with you in the Senate of Virginia. I'd ask the members of the Senate to please join me in offering or welcoming Senator McClellan to the Senate of Virginia. The senator from Bedford, Senator Newman.
Mr. President, it's my honor to introduce the newly elected Senator Mark Peake from the 22nd District. Mr. President, I've known and been a friend of Mark Peake for over 30 years, and for about 10 of those years, he's attempted to come down here. And it's great to have that successful. Mr. President, he is a graduate of Virginia Tech and also a graduate of Washington Lee Law School. He is a partner in one of the larger firms in the Lynchburg area, which is Caskey Frost, where he's been there for 26 years. As you saw earlier, his wife Lila is here. If she would stand in the gallery, clearly he married up, and she is with us as well. Also, Mark, as I mentioned yesterday, has 5 children. 4 of them came all at once in quadruplets. He has Mark, who is at VMI. He has John, who is at Rhodes. He has also Anderson, who is at Baylor. He has Lillian, who is at Roanoke College, and Lauren, who is a senior at E.C. Glass High School. Also, he has with him today also Pete and Elizabeth Luxho, who are here, if they would stand. Also, Lindsay Ward, Josh Bichetti, and also Nancy Peak and Walter Peak, who are all in the gallery to support Mark. Mr. President, Mark has many interests. One of his, of course, is tech, and the other is golf, and if you know him very long, you know the other one is cigars. He is also the past president of the Lynchburg Bar Association, and many of you, especially on the Transportation Committee, know him as a former member of the Commonwealth Transportation Board. Mr. President, with the election of Mark Peak, the Lynchburg delegation IQ goes up substantially, and as a result of that, we've determined not to make him the junior senator from Lynchburg, as today I've become the representative from Bedford, so that he can have that honor to himself, which is much deserved. Mr. President, I'm pleased to introduce to you and to the body and hope that you would give a warm welcome to the senator from Lynchburg, Senator Mark Peak.
I will. Thank you, Senator. Would Senator Peak's family and friends please rise? Yes, thank you. And Senator Peak, congratulations to you. Wow, quadruplets. The only thing a lot of things come through your mind when you hear that, but 4 in college is like, really? Wow. So having 2, I feel for you, but what a beautiful family you have. And I know what you've been through out there on the campaign trail, and congratulations to you, your team, your family. We look forward to working with you here in the Senate of Virginia. I'd ask the members of the Senate to please join me in welcoming Senator Peak's family and friends and Senator Peak to the Senate of Virginia. Thank you. If there are other guests that you would like to introduce, this would be the appropriate time. The senator from Chesterfield, Senator Chase.
Thank you, Mr. President. I rise for the purposes of an introduction.
The senator has the floor.
Today we are very pleased to welcome representatives from the various career and technical student organizations located around the Commonwealth to this meeting. These organizations provide a crucial service to our young people by training them for the jobs of the future. I can safely say that they're all very thankful to these organizations and these young people for taking an interest in their government and for practicing civic responsibility. I also want to personally thank Andy Stevenson, who is a constituent and just happens to also be the Virginia TSA State Advisor, for making this visit possible today. Thank y'all for being here.
Thank you, Senator. Would members from the Career and Technical Students Organization please rise? Thank you all for being here this morning, and you've seen some history in the making this morning, so you picked a great day. We appreciate you advocating for your causes. I'd ask the members of the Senate to please join me in offering members of the Career and Technical Students Organization the warm welcome of the Senate. The time has come for resolutions, petitions, and bills. Seeing none, the clerk will please call the calendar.
Senate calendar for Friday, January 13th, 2017. Uncontested calendar, Senate bills on first reading.
Senator from James City County, Senator Norman.
Thank you, Mr. President. I respectfully move that all the Senate bills on the first reading on both the uncontested and the regular calendar, which would include all Senate bills on pages 1 through 4, including Senate Bill 880 through Senate Bill 981, that the rules of the Senate be suspended and that the first constitutional reading of the titles be dispensed with.
Thank you, Senator. The question is, shall the rules be suspended and the first reading of the titles of Senate bills on the uncontested and regular calendars, pages 1 through 4, Senate Bill 880 through Senate Bill 981, be dispensed with? All in favor of the motion will record the votes aye. Those opposed, no. Are the senators ready to vote? Have all the senators voted? Do any senators desire to change their votes? The clerk will close the roll.
Ayes 40, noes 0.
Ayes 40, noes 0. The reading of the titles is dispensed with. The senator from James City County.
Mr. President, I would now move that all of the said bills be passed by for the day, sir.
Thank you, Senator. The question is, shall the Senate bills on the uncontested and regular calendars now on second reading be passed by for the day? All in favor of the motion will say aye. Those opposed, no. The ayes have it. The bills will go by for the day. The senator from James City County.
Mr. President, inquire with the clerk, does that complete today's calendar?
Yes, sir.
Is there any other business to come before the Senate? Seeing none, the clerk will please report any announcements on the calendar.
Today, Friday, January 13th, the Committee on Privileges and Elections will meet immediately upon adjournment to certify the Auditor of Public Accounts and take up the oaths for Senators Mason and Spruill. Judicial nomination forms are available at the clerk's desk. Please see either Tara or Sarah. Monday, January 16th, the Committee for Courts of Justice will meet at 8 a.m. Senate Room B. The Republican Caucus will meet at 11:30 a.m. in Senate Room 2. The Democratic Caucus will meet at 11:30 a.m. in Senate Room 1. Weekend weather report. A cold front will bring sub-freezing temperatures Friday evening and overnight. There is a chance of snow, sleet, and freezing rain in portions of the north and west sections of the Commonwealth on Saturday. Temperatures on Sunday should warm to above freezing after sunrise. Safe travels home.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. The senator from Bedford, Senator Newman.
Mr. President, I move that the Senate do now adjourn until 12 noon on Monday.
Thank you, Senator. The question is, shall the Senate stand adjourned until 12 o'clock noon on Monday? All in favor of the motion will say aye. Those opposed, no. The ayes have it. The Senate stands adjourned until 12 o'clock noon Monday.